Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me for storytelling today. You will need some room to move. Okay, so make sure that you have some area around you. You can move your arms. You can be seated. For the first two stories, we're not going to be getting up much. Okay? And you will need a few other items here. One, you will need something to pour. I have a water bottle. And if you just want to pretend or you don't have this, it's no problem. I love pretending. Also, we're going to need a pot. You'll see why. And you'll need a long tongue. So let's see those long tongues here. Good. So, for our first story, it's about a little frog. And he is catching flies. So first, how big can you make your eyes? And can you imagine you have flies flying all around you? Bzzz, bzzz, and you're catching them with your long tongue. Bzzz, help. Bzzz, help. Bzzz, help. And this frog wanted to be the shiniest frog he could be. And earlier, Evan suggested a shiny bug could be a ladybug. So this frog is just hopping along, boing, 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 zzz, catching flies, and all of a sudden he sees a ladybug. He says, oh, Miss Ladybug, how did you get to be so shiny? And she said, okay, first you have to get a pot. In that pot, put some oil. Bring that oil to a boil, and then you jump right in, said the little frog. She said, no. What you need is a pot. In that pot, put some oil. Bring that oil to a boil, and then you jump right in, said the frog. And the ladybug said, no. What you need is a pot. In that pot, put some oil. Bring that oil to a boil. And then you jump right in. And the ladybug said, no, what you need is a pot. In that pot, put some oil. Bring that oil to a boil. And then you jump right in. And the ladybug said, if you don't listen to the whole story, I'm just going to crawl away. And the little frog said, oh, okay, I'll listen. As he crossed his little frog fingers behind his back. I'll listen. Okay, if you want to be shiny, first you have to get a pot. In that pot, put some oil. Bring that oil to a boil. And then jump right in, interrupted the frog. And the ladybug said, no. What you need is a pot. In that pot, put some oil. Bring that oil to a boil. And then jump right in. And said, no. What you need is a pot. In that pot, put some oil. Bring that oil to a boil. And then jump right in. And the ladybug said, you won't listen to the whole story, so I'm just going to crawl away now. And the little frog said, oh, okay. I know how to be shiny. No problem. Thanks. Bye. So on the way home, he was hopping. So can you show me how a frog moves? It's boing, 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 boing. And catching flies, bzzz, help. 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 And he got home and he said, Mom, I need you. Mom. I bet you never called for your grown-ups like that, huh? And the mother frog came hopping in on the double and she said, yes, dear? What is it? He said, first, you gotta get a pot. Yeah, Mom. First, you gotta get a pot. Okay. So the mother said, okay. So she had her pot, right? And then he said, then you gotta get then you gotta get some oil. Yeah, Mom, get some oil, Mom. So she said, okay. And then, all right, so this is where you can pretend, right? I have water. Yeah, Mom, yeah, pour the pot. Yeah. So then she poured the oil into the pot here. Then he said, all right, then you gotta, oh yeah, Mom, you gotta pour that. No, we did the pour, Mom. You gotta put the pot and the oil, bring it to a boil, Mom. Whatever that means. She said, oh, okay, dear. And she went and she put it on the stove, right? And we're just pretending this part here. We're just put it on the stove. She got a little fire underneath, and she said, and then the little frog, he was so excited that he jumped right in. And do you know that he burned up to a wrinkly toad? Mm-hmm. Because what the ladybug was trying to tell him was that, yeah, you're supposed to, heat up the oil, and then you're going to cool it down. And then you're gonna put the oil on your frog skin, and then you're gonna go and you're gonna find a nice log, and you're just gonna lay on the log in the sun, and that's how you get to be shiny. But because the frog didn't listen to the whole story, he turned into a toad. So I guess what we're trying to say is, I hope you listen to the whole story today, unless you want to leave here as a toad. Okay, so we're moving on to story number 2 here, all right? And this story, for story number 2, involves a lot of different animals that live in the jungle. So, if you can think of an animal that lives in the jungle, be sure to comment. Please comment so I can use your ideas in the story. But for this next story, we're going to need a few things. You're going to need something round. Like I have a Frisbee here. But it could be a paper plate, or it could be anything that's round. And if you don't have anything that's round, that's okay. We'll just pretend. This is going to be our steering wheel. You also need something long. Like I have a kitchen spatula here. It's red because, red means stop. This is going to be our brake, because we're going to be a bus driver for this story. Okay, so I'm going to use something long here. And it could be your arm. It could be something that it could be a long wooden pliers or something, right? Anything that's long, and gloves. We're going to put on my driving gloves here. I have some winter gloves that I have here. I'm going to put these on here. And any gloves will work, and if you don't have gloves, that's okay. You can pretend. I find pretending is one of the best ways to do writing, to do creative writing in school, or to get inspiration. So, for this next story here, we're going to be bus drivers. And as you can see behind me, we have a lovely jungle theme here. Now, when you become a new bus driver, they don't just send you out right to the streets. They want to see, how are your customer service skills? So, they send you to the jungle. Because you might encounter some hostile customers in the jungle. Okay? Now, one more thing. These creatures, they don't have money to pay for a bus ride. So what they do is, the entrance fee for the bus is, we need to hear these animals hum the wheels on the bus. You'll see. And before we start, let's refresh our memories on how do we hum, right? I know it whistles when we put our lips together and blow, like, right? Singing, we sing with our mouth open, like, la, 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 right? But humming, our lips are closed. So can you hum the wheels on the bus as a person first? Let's hear. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. so I have my steering wheel, I have my brake, and I got my bus driver gloves on here. I have to say we're ready here. Now, one other thing, it's a pretty bumpy ride going through the jungle. They don't have roads like we have, so it's pretty bumpy here. Okay, here. Hey, we're gonna make a right turn. Good. And there's a bumpy ride here. Oh! I need to brake. I need to open the doors. Pull back. And who do we see on here first? But we see a snake. So for a snake, first, try not to blink. And also, let's see those long tongues. Do you know that snakes smell with their tongues? So can you send in a comment, what do you smell with your tongue here? I smell macaroni. I smell smelly shoes. I smell fish. Okay, now if this snake wants to get on the bus here, we have to hear this snake hum the wheels on the bus as a snake. So let's hear this. Try not to blink. All right, so we have some snakes on the bus now here. All right, just close these up. All right, it's time to get driving here. We see the king of the jungle is next. All right, so first, let's see how many teeth you have. Yeah. Show me all your teeth, And this lion is not just going to walk up onto the bus. Oh no. He's going to get on the prowl. So, let's see. Wherever you are, get real low. If you're sitting on a chair, get behind your chair here, right? And on the count of 3, let's get a big lion roar. Imagine there's tall grasses above you, and you're gonna get real low and real quiet. 2, 3. I think we can do a little louder than that here, because I think the lion's friend, the tiger, is coming onto the bus as well. So we're going to get real low. 1, 2, 3. Yes, good job. Okay, now, if they want to come onto the bus here, you know what they have to do. They have to growl the wheels on the bus. Great job. Okay, we're back to being drivers again here. Alrighty. So we have our steering wheel here. All right. We're ready. We're getting to the part of the jungle where there's a lot of trees and A lot of branches up above here, and you're looking out your bus window here, and you see a lot of bananas. Bananas. Let's open the door. And we see... Now pretend that there's a nice banana on the tree. Just grab that. Ah! We need to peel the banana first, right? I think it's time for another banana here. Okay. So, if the monkeys want to come on the bus and ride with us, they need to hum the wheels of the bus like a monkey, right? Here we go. Welcome aboard. All right, let's get here. Yeah, we're steering wheel again here. Left turn. Right turn. Whoa. Look at that thing. Its neck must be 20 feet in the air. How is he going to fit on here? Oh yeah, we forgot we have a sunroof on the bus. Anyway, you can guess I'm talking about a giraffe. Now, if you can, while you're seated or while you're kneeling here, let's see, how tall can you make yourself? Hey, can you imagine there's some leaves that are coming down from the tree here? Let's see how long your tongue is. And you either have a black tongue or a purple tongue. It's up to you. Try to get a leaf here. And do you know that giraffes don't make any noise? They don't speak. So we'll just have to hum the wheels of the bus in our heads. 1, 2, 3, go. Thank you. All right, come on aboard here, Mr. Giraffe here. Okay. All right, be sending in those animals here. All right. I think we have time for one more animal here. All right, here we go. Can we see a face from you of the most scared that you've ever been in your life? You know why? Because on board just stepped a couple of teenagers. Quick, shut the door. Drive off. We passed the test. You are officially our new bus driver. Alrighty. Thank you very much. Hey, we're going to move on to story number 3 here. Story number 3. And you'll need a few things for story number 3. You'll need a couple of blankets, if you have them. If you don't have them, that's okay. We're not going to use the blankets until the end anyway. Also, I want you to pretend that you're putting on a farmer's hat. Here you go. Here's my farmer's hat. Thank you very much. All right. And I also have a farmer's handkerchief because it gets pretty hot out in the fields here. All right. We're going to shift gears here and we're going to move over to our lovely barn in the background here. All right. So make sure you're staying with us here. We're just going to slide on over. And welcome. Welcome to my barn. My name is Farmer Brown here. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you here. Thank you. Now, if you could comment in and let me know what kind of animals live on a farm here. Okay, that way I can look at your suggestions and we can act like those animals in the story. I'm hearing someone say a cow here. All right, there'll definitely be cows in this story. Yeah, that's for sure. And, oh yeah, some chickens. Oh yeah, sure. Horse. Oh, there's definitely going to be a horse in this story. Pigs. Oh yeah. All good suggestions. And what else do you got? Right? What else lives on a farm? That's what we want to know. Okay? Alrighty here. So we're going to need some faces from you for this story as well. We're going to need a very tired face from you. So be thinking of what does it look like if you're sleepy and you're tired. But we're also going to need a face where you're kind of shocked and you're in disbelief, you're surprised, where you're like, what? You can't believe what you're seeing. We're going to need one of those faces. We're going to need a face where you're just flat out angry, right? And you're just like, what in tarnation? Right? We're also going to need a face where it's a very caring face, right? You realize that you really care about these creatures. We're going to need that toward the end here. And we're also going to need one final face. We're just going to need a face where you're just happy. You know, everything kind of works out for you. Okay? So welcome to Click, Clack, Moo here, one of my favorite books here. This is a retelling of Click, Clack, Moo. And it starts off with you being asleep. So how loud can you snore? And you know what wakes up a farmer. I kind of gave it away there, right? Can you rub your eyes here? And give a big bear yawn? Someone suggested a bear for the other story. Here's our bear. And can you shake your head like a dog does when they're waking up? Now, I don't know about you, but on the farm, the first thing I like to do is eat breakfast. So, I don't know what kind of cereal that you like to eat, but personally, I like to eat Frosted Flakes to start my day. As we say, right? They're great! So Farmer Brown one morning here, he got his bowl, and I don't know about you, but he was stumbling around. He's still tired here. That rooster wakes him up so early here. And he sat down here at the table, of course, right? He had his bowl. Okay, check. He had his spoon. All right. Usually when you eat a bowl of cereal, you need 4 things. 1, 2. He was getting the cereal here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And then, what's he need? Cereal, spoon. What else does he need? Milk. So, he went to his fridge and opened the fridge, and he looked in, and instead of seeing milk, he saw a letter. And the letter said,
"Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold at night. We'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cow."
So let's see your surprised face here. What? No milk? Blankets? I can't pour a blanket on my cereal and eat that. How did these cows even type that up? Well, I better get to the bottom of this. So Farmer Brown stood up, opened the door, started walking on down to the farmhouse there, to the barn. He looked in. Everything looks in order here. And he looked in over here, and I smell cows. I hear cows. I don't see cows. Then he saw, wait, what's this? Another letter.
"Sorry, we're closed. No milk today."
What? This isn't some kind of joke. I need my cereal here. I need the cereal. He started walking on back to his farmhouse here. Inside. Oh. What do you do if you have a problem and you can't, you can't figure out what to do? Farmer Brown turned to his dear Granny. "Granny? What would you do at a time like this? Granny, tell me what to do, Granny!" How loud can you cry? A little louder? Okay. "Oh, Granny! What should I do? These cows are playing tricks on me! Oh!" What? I still have corn to take care of, and I still have beans to tend to? But, Granny, what about my cereal? I'm not supposed to just skip breakfast, Granny! Okay. She said to check back later. All right. So, let's get out our watering can here. Alrighty, here. So, Granny's right. I still have corn to take care of here. So, let me get my watering can here. Good. And I still have beans to pick. Yeah, I mean, I have to eat lunch, right? So let me get my bean. Now, as Farmer Brown was watering the corn and he was picking the beans, he heard something. Something in the distance. It sounded like, well, he didn't know what it sounded like. Typing. More typing. He dropped the beans. That sounded like that was coming from near the hen house. Boy, he hadn't checked on the eggs yet. He dropped the beans. He may have even stepped on an ear of corn. And he went over And the hen house, real high up, there was another letter about the hens. What did it say?
Dear Farmer Brown, the chickens are cold too. They'd like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows.
No milk? No eggs? Oh, Granny, what do I do? Granny, tell me, Granny. Can we see your sad face? That's a good one. That's a good one, Allie. Evan, that's a good one. Granny, what do I do? Oh, that's a good idea. Granny says I should type my own letter. Okay. All right. Now, let's see. Move this over here. Granny, what do I say? I gotta put on my reading glasses here. Now, what do I say for my letter here? Let's see. Nora, what do you suggest, Nora? Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs for my cereal. Sincerely, one can always be cordial and civil. Sincerely, Farmer Brown. Let me call my trusty horse. I can always trust that horse. I'm always fair to him, and he's always fair to me. I give him lots of hay. Let me have the horse take this to the cows here, right? So, I got my letter, and I gave it to the horse. He's off walking, right? Now, what sound does the horse make? Pretend he's walking, right? The sun started to set. Farmer Brown waited for an answer here. Now, off in the distance, he heard a little bit of typing, and he heard all the animals. It sounded like they were talking, right? Now there was some pigs, right? You suggested. There's that rooster, right, at night. Right? There was the cows, of course, right? Right? The sheep. You said live on a farm, right? Right? Well, now there's some chickens, of course, right? And, he waited for that letter. Now, in the middle of the night, he was met with just a pounding on the door from the horse. And there was another letter.
Dear Farmer Brown, we will trade the typewriter and 1 box of milk for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn door, and we will send horse over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cows.
What do you think, Granny? Should I accept the deal? No. But, Granny, I have to disagree. I've known these cows since they were calves. I watched them grow up. And those chickens, I remember when they were just little yellow things all clucking around. They were so cute. No, Granny, I have to disagree with you, right? Sometimes you got to go your own way. Trust yourself here, right? I care about these creatures. So can we see a face where you care? You're like, I have to do what's right by these creatures. And if they're cold at night, I need to take care of them. That sounds like a great trade to me. 1 box of milk and for some electric blankets so they can stay warm. Sold. Sold, cows. Sold, chickens. So if you have your blankets here, make sure you make your trade here. I'm going to go over and I'm going to trade these, with the chief cow here for that box of milk. Okay. I have my blankets here. Ah, yes. Now sometimes I drink regular milk, and sometimes I drink soy milk or rice milk or almond milk. Whatever you drink, that's fine. Let's see how it tastes. The next morning, the farmer, he had everything set up. He had a spoon, bowl, cereal, and had his milk back. Oh yeah, smells delicious. And as he opened up morning paper, he opened up. There was a letter inside.
Dear Farmer Brown, no more rides. Unless you bring 10 carrots and 5 apples with you. Sincerely, your horse.
Can we see your surprised face? And that's the end of our 3rd story here. So I want to thank you so much for joining me here on this Thursday morning. Give yourselves a round of applause here. Thank you for acting like frogs and acting like different jungle creatures, and for leaving me comments. Now, our next story session, we will be having the story of Gregory the Terrible Eater. Now, Gregory's a goat. And I wonder if you could leave me some comments on what are some things that Gregory should eat. If you leave me comments, I'll make sure Gregory tries all of these things here. Oh yeah. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.